Hey, what's going on YouTube? 0088 here, and finally the Mafia Definitive Edition trailer has arrived. I've been waiting for this one, man. Like it was supposed to come out like at the end of next month, but it got pushed to September. I was like, no, I've just finished playing the original Mafia for the first time ever on PC. That was fun. it was actually quite fun. At first I was like, I just want to get this over with so I can see the resemblance of certain things to the new game and everything like that. I just want to recognize some parts in the remakes. I've always wanted to play the Mafia games for ages, but I never got round to it. But hearing about the definitive edition, I'm like, yes, I'm ready. So I wanted to play the original one, and it turns out it wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be really like dated. I mean, some things were dated, but a lot of things were quite ahead of its time. And Mafia original at first was really draggy. There are a lot of dated moments that make you go, oh, but there were some really cool aspects of the original Mafia. But I hope they've kept a lot of the cool stuff in this, and then we're going to see some gameplay now. I'm super excited, man. I've been dying to see gameplay of this, but I was expecting it to be like a sit down half an hour 45-minute session of a guy playing, but it looks like we're just going to see, I think we're still going to see someone playing, but it's going to, because it's 14 minutes long. I hope it's not someone IGN waffling. I'm watching it on IGN like I'm waffling right now. Let's get right into it. Ikazo. Ooh. Contains a mixture of cinematics and work-in-progress gameplay. Don't tease me! Okay, that's the original one.
In 2002, Mafia, the City of Lost Heaven, launched the Mafia franchise, a series of gripping crime dramas that spans multiple decades. Mafia, the Definitive Edition, is a complete remake of that influential game. A faithful recreation of the original, the Mafia remake revisits Lost Heaven.
Tommy Angelo.
The game's been built from the ground up by Hangar 13, with a team that includes many veterans from the 2002 version, as well as from Mafia 2 and Mafia 3.
Nice.
Our goal was to improve the game
That's
in as
old
many areas
now.
as possible, given advances in technology, game design, and storytelling since the original release, while still remaining true to the Mafia story, characters, and spirit.
Ooh, I remember that mission. I don't remember that car
The entire
though.
city has been rebuilt and even redesigned in some areas to provide more vistas and points of interest without losing any of the original game's landmarks. We wanted to bring the city to life with as much detail and atmosphere as possible, so we built the game on our proprietary technology, but added a number of new audio and rendering features, including a brand new lighting engine for the remake. Given that narrative is so important to the franchise as a whole, we used our state-of-the-art motion capture and facial likeness technology to recreate all of the cinematics, and added new scenes and dialogue to further develop many of the game's most beloved characters. With that said, our reimagining of Mafia stays close to the original story, which tells the tale of Tommy Angelo, a cab driver who falls in with the mob by chance before rising to become one of Lost Heaven's most feared gangsters. Taking place over 8 years during Prohibition and its aftermath, this is an epic crime story set against the backdrop of 1930s Lost Heaven, a Midwestern U.S. city riddled with corruption.
Ooh.
While the story centers on Tommy, one of the elements of the original Mafia that we all love is its rich cast of characters, so they're all represented here. Tommy's best pals, Paulie and Sam, his love interest, Sarah, the mob boss Salieri and his consigliere, Frank, the mechanic, Ralphie,
he's got his stutter. Oh, snap.
and dogged Detective Norman all return. Knowing the importance of both gunplay and driving to the Mafia franchise, we redesigned all of the core gameplay throughout the game, while keeping all of the missions, major mission beats, and underlying narrative intact.
Damn, I remember that. That's like I don't want to spoil it. That's like
vehicles, including motorcycles.
Ooh,
And
motorcycles.
a wide range of weapons. Again, all based on weapons from the air.
Shooting just seems weird. Like there's no that's the original Mafia.
Definitive Edition is its missions. We've worked very hard to ensure that each mission has its own unique feel and memorable set pieces inspired by the original
Oh
game.
snap! They changed the color of the car and stuff. Well, I better see some like uninterrupted gameplay, man.
One of those iconic missions, a trip to the country.
Okay.
This mission takes place about halfway through the game. Tommy has already established himself as a valuable member of the Salieri crime family.
I like Paulie, actually.
Unfortunately, the Salieri crew is struggling to make ends meet as a rival mob, run by Don Morello, has cornered most of the city's major rackets. Their fortunes might be about to change, however, with the arrival of a shipment of whiskey from Canadian bootleggers.
Paulie sounds the same, kind of.
Need to do is travel to a farm outside
They've
of town
changed
where
Tommy's
there will be
voice
Sam
actor.
and the trucks carrying the bootleg whiskey. But from the moment they arrive, it's clear that something's gone wrong. Let's go find them.
Is Paulie the same voice actor? He sounds the same.
It's just 3 sheets, and I'm wrecking a new suit for nothing. I swear I'm gonna kill him.
I know, he's different. He's so different now. I can hear the difference now.
Just in case Frank was right.
He
I'm gonna
doesn't,
go grab them boys.
he doesn't sound as confident as the old
Go
Paulie.
ahead, see what's what. Catch up with you.
The old Paulie was never that confident. He just sounded confident.
Mafia is a franchise
Ooh,
rich in atmosphere.
gameplay.
For the Mafia remake, we
Looks
wanted
like Mafia
every
3.
mission to exemplify this. A trip to the country is our haunted house mission, designed and built to create a sense of foreboding as you search for Sam.
Wow, looks really good though, man. That's that Mafia 3 graphics. I hope they just added the gameplay now and fix the repetitiveness of Mafia 3. I haven't played it yet though. I'm just basing it on what other people have said. Apparently it's very repetitive. So I hope they fixed all of that for this game.
As with the original, Mafia is mostly a narrative-driven experience. However, we still offer some opportunities to explore locations like the farm, where you can find clues that help flesh out the game's backstories and subplots, along with a range of period-appropriate collectibles.
Sick. I wonder if I should change. Let me change it now since we're seeing some proper gameplay. I'm gonna change it to this.
Where the hell are you hiding?
Though a trip to the country is heavy on narrative and atmosphere, like most missions, it's also punctuated with action.
Hey, buddy. Jesus. What? You're what? You first. We don't have time for this.
Oh, Cole Phelps. Oh, another Cole Phelps.
Okay then.
Damn. His voice sounds a bit different.
Combat is a key part of every Mafia experience, and while not every mission features gunplay, it is a centerpiece of a trip to the country. For the gunplay in the Mafia remake, we started with the visceral combat and core shooting mechanics of Mafia 3, but then tailored that experience to fit the Mafia narrative, time period, and characters. For example, because Tommy isn't a trained soldier like Mafia 3's Lincoln Clay, we wanted to create the sense that these are life and death gunfights and that every bullet counts.
Damn.
We'll have settings for players who just want to experience the story, but with our default settings,
So basically
we
they've
want
made it
players
hard
to
as
think about
fuck.
where they take cover,
I'm
which
down with
weapons
that.
they use, and when they blind fire versus risking exposure by aiming down sights.
His health looks so basic, just like a big red bar. Nothing really like this. Like health in games have usually been so designed now, but that's like some old school shit. I think that's his health. I don't know. Before it was like the 100. Even the original Mafia is like a more unique health system, or GTA like.
Looking for Sammy? Find him? Not yet. Just him. Canadian crew. Dollars to donuts, the rest of the face down in the dirt too.
As in the original game, Tommy and his crew learn that Don Morello is trying to edge them out of the whiskey business too. Though we've taken great pains to make that conflict and Salieri's role as underdog in the war much more apparent.
Oh, Christ. Here cops, Tommy.
This looks like the narrative is more focused now.
Must be in Morello's pocket.
I don't know how to feel about Paulie's voice.
Can't even let us have this one racket.
He seems so unsure of himself. He feels unsure of himself
Right,
this one.
Tom.
But it kind of looks like him
Gotta
actually.
find Sam and get out of here.
Like the Paulie in the original seems more badass. Like,
Now we'll jump ahead a bit as Tommy and Polly close in on Sam's location.
yeah.
When combat breaks out here, the player must use a combination of tactics and weapons to defend Sam.
This looks a bit different. They've made it very video gamey now. The original one was just run through the you run through the farm. I don't remember like all this cover in the original one. Because you could take cover in the original one, but it wasn't like this. Yeah, threw that like it was nothing. It looks pretty good, man. I haven't seen any glitches yet, but they're gonna try so hard not to show any glitches in their gameplay reveal. That'll be so fucked up if you see a glitch in a gameplay reveal.
Thank Christ, we gotta get to him.
I hope the police. I want to know. I don't want to see this kind of shit. I want to see what the police are like. I want to see like the features it has. I don't want to see storyline stuff. It's good though. I'm happy seeing that. Like.
Okay, just hang on. Go get the truck, then we'll take it back. Hey, we're gonna make it, Sam. Tommy, stay here with me. Be back in a flash.
I don't know if I like Paulie's voice. They've made him like really like a good guy. So far, I want to see the bad side to Paulie, man.
It'll be okay, Sam. We've survived worse.
I guess they do seem more human in this one, not like robots like they were in the original. Oh look, they still got the health packs on the wall. That was annoying in the original game, man. It's tough. No regenerable health, that's good. But I don't know if Mafia 3 even did that. I played like the first 10 minutes of Mafia 3. I don't know if it even did that. Can't remember. You still have to kill waves of enemies like the original one. This is just like the original, man. There's quite a lot of health packs. There's one up there, one downstairs.
Jesus Christ!
Unlike the original game where the health packs are like so rare. The original game you could not find a health pack anywhere, man. Damn, just cop killing. Wait, they were so worried about killing the cop earlier, now they're just blowing up the cop cars and killing the shit out of them. What? I guess it meant something else killing the cop then. I guess it was like, oh shit, we're getting pinned down by the cops or something. I don't know. Like we've got found out by the cops or some shit. I can't remember the original storyline. I ain't played it like not even a month ago. I can't remember what happened in this part. This is like near the beginning almost. I've seen this kind of gameplay all the time, man. Show me something new. Show me like what it's like to free roam. Oh, I'll probably show that in a minute. How long's left? Damn, man, there's barely anything left. I want to see some free roam.
After defending Sam, Paulie and Tommy must still escape the farm, which culminates in a dramatic chase, another hallmark of the Mafia experience.
I remember this part. Oh man. Why did you show a mission? Show some free roam gameplay. Why are you so... So did they not add no free roam features or something? Like, oh man. You know, the fact that all free Mafia games are like 40 quid. Is it 40 quid? Is It's a bit worrying. This game's probably going to be really short and really basic, isn't it? I have a weird feeling. I wonder if the cops chasing me in this part. I think there was. Wow, it's just like the original though. This part anyway.
Holy bastard! My pedal is to the metal! Did we lose them?
2 squad cars on us!
So that's just a short glimpse of one of Mafia's many missions. There are more than 20 missions in all, which take place across the city and range from high-speed chases and races to violent confrontations and stealthy assassinations. We're very excited to get this into the hands of both new Mafia fans and die-hard fans alike. And we're happy that we finally have all 3 games playable together on the same platforms in the Mafia trilogy. But it's the Mafia Remake that has really been a labor of love for all of us at Hangar 13, and especially for those members of the team who worked on the original. So on behalf of the entire team at Hangar 13, thank you so much for watching.
Literally little short teasers at the bottom there. Alright. Look. Let's talk about this right now, man. Let's talk about this. Okay, this is worrying. This is worrying because they've shown literally just a mission. Now, this is a big gameplay reveal. Like, they've shown a very specific mission with a specific set piece, with like characters that have already been predetermined, what they're gonna do, the dialogue, everything. They haven't shown the dynamic gameplay of this game yet. That's what I'm looking forward to. More free roam. Like in the original Mafia game, the free roam was a separate option that you could do. It was weird. Like you could free roam in the main story, but it was like you could only do it when you're trying to get to and from missions, and they took out features. Like in the free roam, you could go to the hospital and heal yourself. You can't do that in the main game, in the original one. You can earn money. You do like side missions, like I don't know, taxi missions and stuff like that in the free roam. They separated it for some weird reason in the original one. Like I was thinking that they would mix the free roam and this together, since that's what open world games is since GTA 3. Open world games have just had everything in the main world. So I wanted to see some of that and how that works with the missions and how you can go in and out of missions. Like I hope it's not the same structure as the original one, and I hope it's more of a modern structure where you can just go to missions and then you, basically GTA style. Like, I don't want it to be like the original Mafia, where that's the only. I want a lot of features from the original Mafia except for that, because I want more freedom and more dynamic gameplay. Basically like Mafia 2 and Mafia 3, we just go missions and stuff. The fact that they're not showing any proper free roam, like going to the shops, we don't even know if there's shops. I think they've said it in some interview. I can't remember though what they've got. We don't know if there's shops. We don't know if you can eat like in Mafia 2. We don't know if you can fill up the tank like in Mafia original Mafia and Mafia 2. You can't do that in Mafia 3. We don't know how the cops mechanics works. Do they arrest you? Do they stop you? Do they stop you if you go through traffic lights? Apparently it's all there. That's what they said. But they didn't really show anything. They just showed the mission. And I wasn't really interested in that. The mission, something I've kind of already seen in the original. I wanted to see proper gameplay, like seeing, you know, what driving in the open world's like, how the civilians are walking around and stuff, like the pedestrians and stuff. How do they interact with you? Can you still speak to them? Because in the original one, if you pressed the action button, you could speak to anybody. They'd say just one random line like, "I'm busy right now." They'd say something like that, but you could speak to them, you know? And yeah, man, I don't know. This is a little bit worrying that they just showed just a mission. They should have been showing the new features and old features and showing how it's just like the old one and how they stayed true to it and some new stuff as well. Showing a mission just seemed a bit weird to me. But it looks good. The graphics look good. But I just hope it's just not Mafia 3 with a Mafia 1 coat of paint. That's what I'm worried about. I'm still looking forward to it though, a lot. Though this didn't really, like, I would give it a like, I wouldn't give it a dislike, but this didn't really do anything for me. It's made me a little bit worried, because it's like, what are you guys hiding? You know, like, I just hope there's like loads of cool stuff. Like, they should be eager to show off the cool stuff they've done, but it feels like they're just showing off a mission, and it feels like I'm just gonna be playing a bunch of missions, and the free roam's gonna be so basic, like even more basic than Mafia 2 or Mafia 3 rather. Mafia 2 was not basic. Mafia 2 had loads of cool shit. Mafia 3 was pretty damn basic. It's pretty damn basic. Like it's repetitive, and I'm worried that, is there even any side missions? I was expecting this game to have side missions and stuff like that, but we'll see. Anyway, that's my thoughts. That's my reaction to Mafia. I was hoping I'll be a bit more exciting, but it ended up being a bit like, not disappointing. The mission looked good. There was no glitches that I could see. The characters looked interesting. Paulie's a bit more of a good guy than usual. He seems more like a nice guy in this rather than a wise guy. He's a nice guy rather than a wise guy. Sam seems about the same. Sam was always, didn't say much in the original, hasn't said much in this. And Tommy seems okay. I noticed his voice is a little bit lighter than in the trailer, so it looks like his voice gets deeper as he gets older. Because obviously this is like over a period of like 10 years, I think this game takes place in. And the bit where you see him speaking to in the other trailer where he's speaking to the detective guy, his voice is quite deep compared to what he sounds like in this. He sounds a little bit more like the Tommy Angelo in the original game, which is cool. But yeah, anyway, we'll see how it works out. That's my reaction. If you liked it, give us a like. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll see you again. Yeah.
War Machine takes on Falcon and Hawkeye while Ant-Man goes for Tony. He throws into an uppercut and Widow then fly kicks into Tony. War Machine is putting up a good fight with Hawkeye, but he can't handle both Hawkeye and Falcon, and they end up overpowering Rhodes. Captain takes advantage and holds Tony in a headlock. You really think you could stop us with just the three of you?
No, I didn't.
Steve, look out! And out of nowhere, Luke Cage